What happened to Asimo, once the best humanoid robot? Was it the Iranian Surena IV robot? Where have the incredible robot avatars from Japan that promised to change our everyday lives disappeared to? Is the world disappointed in the Sofia robot? Does NASA continue to try to create humanoid robots for space? Does Boston Dynamics' Atlas robot even have a future? The answers to all of these questions await you in today's episode, in which we will tell you the world's most famous humanoid robots and where they disappeared to. The Iranian humanoid robot Surena IV became a sensation and was even recognized as the best robot of 2019. The humanoid was 170 centimeters tall, weighing 68 kilograms. It can walk forward, backwards, sideways, and remain stable on uneven surfaces. It can follow a human at speeds of 20 centimeters per second. The robot is capable of recognizing objects and faces, recognizing and generating speech, writing and performing a number of demonstrative hand actions with a tool. Mechanical engineers at the Iranian University in Tehran have been working on Surena robots since 2010. Surena I only had 8 degrees of movement. Surena III, which caused a furor in 2015, already had 31 degrees of freedom. And the latest version has 43 degrees of freedom. Unfortunately, the creators do not share the robot's progress online or on YouTube. The robot's website is also down, so there's no news about Surena IV since its presentation. And there are two options here. Either the project lost funding and went into a freeze, or the engineers keep moving forward trying to make their robot faster and more useful, and then we should see a new version within the next 3 to 5 years. But it is quite possible that we will soon see something simpler in design and applicable in real life based on Surena IV developments. Asimo robot. Just a couple of years ago, we were told in the comments of every video about the top robots the most perfect bot in the world was the Asimo from Honda. The robot was the first humanoid robot that learned to walk on stairs, dance, run, balance on one leg, play soccer, and actively interact with the environment and humans, both at the level of physical contact and at the level of communication, in real time. Asimo first appeared in public back in 2000, although Honda began developing the humanoid in 1980s. After the release, the robot traveled around the world as a brand ambassador, telling people how robots can make life easier and help people. The robot was 130 centimeters tall, weighing 54 kilograms, and could walk at 9 kilometers per hour, which is pretty fast for such a form factor at the time of that creation. In 2018, the company announced the cessation of work on humanoid robots and promised that Asimo technology would be used in other Honda robots. That said, the robot continued its performances at the company's headquarters until March of this year, when it was honorably retired. But to this day, when you look at Asimo's actions, you have to remind yourself that was 10 or more years ago. Speed, dexterity, computation, battery power, all of which are still a problem for humanoid robots being designed modern day. So, we sincerely regret to inform you the project is closed. Toyota's Japanese robot avatar THR3 was introduced in 2017 and looked very promising. The humanoid robot repeated the movements of a human operator, engaging the entire body, not just the arms. The 154 centimeter tall robot had 32 joints and intuitive controls. The THR3 based on NVIDIA's Isaac software development kit, which serves as the robot's brain. Thanks to the master maneuvering system, all of the robot's organs can be controlled by using its own movements, which are read by sensors mounted on the body. A display is put on the user's head, allowing him to see what's happening through the eyes of the robot. All parts of THR3's body have the same range of motion as a human, and back in 2019, the robot was updated to participate in the Tokyo Olympics in 2020. Japan at the time prepared a large number of robots to interact with the guests of the Olympics, but as we know, because of the pandemic, the games were postponed for a year and held without spectators at all. Nothing has been heard of the robot since then. The robot avatar was originally supposed to perform surgery for a surgeon on the other side of the world, but it would have been extremely difficult to certify such an assistant for medical use. And why, when there are more advanced robotic surgeons with a wider range of capabilities? Most likely, the THR3 will be retired. Perhaps robotic assistants will not find widespread use after all. What do you think about this? Let us know down in the comments. In addition, Toyota Research Institute, the company's research arm, is now actively developing another robot, a home assistant that can do all the housework and help the elderly stay independent. Another avatar from Japan is the MELTANT-α robot, a robot with no legs, but its arms are very similar to human arms, including the location of muscles and tendons. The fingers are equipped with pressure sensors and give the operator feedback, allowing him to feel the objects the robot touches. Using virtual reality goggles and gloves, the operator can perform manipulations that require both strength and delicacy. MELTANT reports that it has successfully tested controlling the robot from a distance of 18,900 kilometers, but no other results are known at this time. The company also does not say exactly what MELTANT-α is being developed for, and it's not known whether a commercial version of the robot avatar is ever planned. With all of that said, the second generation of the robot, MELTANT-β, was tested in a harsh environment back in 2019. The robot is designed for chemical and heavy industry, power plants with low and high temperatures. The robot was showcased at GitX 2019, but the company brought one avatar arm to GitX 2020 rather than one of the robots. The company's latest video and news coverage focuses on its finger movement rehabilitation system. A device attached to the hands helps the mover use their fingers by synchronizing with the user's biological signals. Probably to survive, the company switched to a more consumer product-friendly lineup and left the idea behind of perfect avatars, at best for future times. Robot Sofia was introduced by Hanson Robotics in 2016 and became a real superstar. Even though the artificial intelligence of the robot, so advertised by its creators, was not at the level that everyone expected, but in terms of popularity, Sofia shut down the hype of the robot Asimo from Honda and the robot Atlas from Boston Dynamics. Sofia was interviewed on many major TV news channels, participated in the best TV shows, spoke at the UN, and even received Saudi Arabian citizenship. The 167-centimeter tall robot moves on a wheeled base or legs. It's able to gesticulate and draw with its hands. A computer vision algorithm processes input from cameras in Sofia's eyes, so the robot can follow faces, maintain eye contact, and recognize people. Sofia processes speech and can maintain a conversation using a natural language subsystem. Sofia's intelligence is conceptually similar to the computer program ELIZA, which was one of the first attempts to imitate human conversation. The software allows the robot to produce pre-written answers to certain questions or phrases, like a chatbot. This creates the illusion of understanding human speech. Hanson Robotics said last year that it would release 1,000 Sofia robots, but judging by the lack of any recent news, that doesn't appear to have happened. But the robot continues to lead an active social life, traveling around the world even if the locations are becoming increasingly obscure. But Sofia is starring in movies and definitely brings the owners money. For example, the NFT robot recently sold at auction for $688,888. The object is a 12-second video file in MP4 format. It shows how a portrait of Sofia Bonaceto's hand turns into a digital portrait made by the robot itself. The creators claim that Sofia is capable of transmitting 60 variants of facial expressions. How many expressions have you counted in the robot so far? Let us know down below. As for Boston Dynamics and the Atlas robot, it hasn't gone anywhere. The project lives and develops in the company's lab, even though the production and sales department is now focused on its other products. Unlike other humanoids whose creators hope to find real-world applications, the Atlas developers openly say it's just a research project that will never leave their lab. For more details about his features and design, we've told you about, and you can find that right here in the link. But we just want to say that at the end of the year, we hope to see an incredibly new video of the robot with functioning arms that can manipulate items. And if at the end you were wondering where Fedor the robot is, the answer is that the robot himself is now retired. But his son is preparing to conquer space. The developers of Fedor Skybot F850, as it's also called, represented the Android Technology Research and Production Association. We're working on anthropomorphic robots called Teledroid together with RSC and Energia. The robot will be able to work in an aggressive open space environment and perform experimental testing of typical operations in both teleoperated and automated modes. And by the way, the American anthropomorphic robot for the ISS Robonaut seems to be missing. In 2019, NASA said it would return the refurbished robot to space station by the end of the year, but since, nothing has been heard from NASA. Which robot would you like to hear more about? Let us know in the comments, and subscribe to the Pro Robot channel, like this video, and never miss any new episodes from the world of high tech.